strongly.
He pivoted to a spending bill that makes its way through Congress. He said if passed, it will be the greatest tax cut in American history. It's currently making its way through the Senate before it heads back to the House. The April jobs report is out and has exceeded most analysts' expectations. 177,000 new jobs have been added, though down from March's 228,000. The unemployment rate remained steady at 4.2%. And the Knicks secured their spot in the Eastern Conference semifinals with a 116-113 win over the Pistons. The Clippers forced a Game 7 against the Nuggets with a 111-105 victory, and the Warriors will host the Rockets in Game 6 tonight. Get BIN News now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
It's time for a moment in Black history. In 1864, the National Equal Rights League is founded. Founded by Frederick Douglass, John Mercer Langston, and Henry Highland Garnet. Among the prominent leaders, the League pushed for a full American citizenship of all Black men and women, as well as voting rights for Black men, as compensation for those who served during the Revolutionary and Civil Wars. The organization continued through 1921. Did you know that?
You are in the mix with the station that loves you really strongly and makes you feel the love. 105.1 FM, the music muscle of the shows.
Ain't this what they've been waiting for? You ready? I used to pray for times like this, to rhyme like this, so I had to grind like that, to shine like this. In a matter of time I spent on some locked up in the back of the Kool-Aid. See my dreams.
Hello, everyone. You're tuned in to 105.1 FM, the music muscle of the shows, and you're vibing with 105.9 FM, Dalton, Alabama, the vibe. All right, this is the lunchtime hour with the old school preacher, the church secretary, and the choir president. Stay tuned. We got a lot to talk about. Be right back.
We're polishing up our rag now. And if you've ever been held down before, I know you refuse to be held down anymore. Well, don't you let nothing stand in your way. I want y'all to listen to every word I say, every word I say. Ain't no stopping us now. We're on the ain't no stopping us now. We got to do. Ain't no stopping us now. I know. Ain't no stopping us now. We got to do. We got it. I know you know someone that has a negative vibe. And if you're trying to make it, they only push you aside. They really don't have nowhere to go. Ask them where they're going, they don't know. But we won't let nothing hold us back. We're gonna put our show together. We're gonna polish up our act. Well, and if you've ever been held down before, I know you refuse to be held down anymore. Well, don't you let nothing stand in your way. I want y'all to listen to every word word I say, every word I say. No. We're moving, we're grooving. We're moving, yeah. We're grooving. Moving, go. Ain't no stopping us now. We're on the move. I know we love you. Ain't no stopping us now. We're on the move. Love you. Ain't no stopping us now. Oh no. I'm on the move. I really got that groove. I know. We've got the groove. Makes you wanna really move. No need in trying, no, 'cause I ain't buying. No, don't try to stop us. No. Got the groove. I really got that groove. No need in denying. Well, I ain't lying. I know. It's been far too long. Well, ain't no stopping us. It's been far too long, y'all. Just doing me while I get in line. Yeah. We're leaving the negative people way behind. Cause it ain't no. Please. Don't make me stop. See, I don't know where we're going or where we're gonna end up. Yeah. I'm moving on. But see, we're gonna keep trying. We're gonna keep trying over and over. Yeah. I said it ain't no stopping. No. See, it ain't no way.
Hello, everyone. You're tuned in to 105.1 FM, the music muscle of the shows, and you're vibing with the 105.9 FM, Dothan, Alabama, the vibe. I hope everybody's ready to talk, ready to just pour out their hearts today. Our show, the topic of the show today is going to be, is Chivalry Dead? And I will be giving the definition of chivalry for those who don't know, but I believe a lot of everybody should know what that means. All right. The weather. We're going to start with the weather today. The weather in Florence, Alabama. As of right now, it's hot. I'm about to burn up. It's 80 degrees. It's 80 degrees in Florence, Alabama. The humidity is 59%. The wind speed is 6 miles per hour. Today is supposed to get up to 81 degrees, the low 65, and it's supposed to rain. Probably like scattered showers like we've been having. Saturday, the temperature will drop. It will be, the high Saturday will be 69, the low 53. Sunday, the high will be 67 and the low will be 51. So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we have chances of rain. It's a severe storm watch for Alabama and Tennessee. The National Weather Service has issued a severe thunderstorm watch in effect until 5 p.m. this afternoon for the following areas in Alabama. Let's see. Well, they hadn't posted it yet. So, but it's a warning for severe thunderstorms in Alabama and Tennessee. And I will let you guys know what counties they're talking about a little bit later on in the show when they post it. In Dothan, Alabama today, it's as of right now, it's 83 degrees, humidity 48, wind speed 8 miles per hour. Today is supposed to get up to 86 in Dothan, low 64. Saturday, high 76, low 62. Sunday, high 78, low 58. So today, y'all are partly cloudy. Tomorrow, chance of rain. And Sunday, nothing but sunshine. So you got some good weather. Y'all get out and enjoy it. All right, guys, as I was saying, today's show is about, is chivalry gone? Is chivalry dead? Has it died? Have people laid to rest chivalry? And chivalry, in its original medieval sense, refers to the code of conduct for knights, emphasizing honor, bravery, and courtesy, including respect for women and the weak. Modern usage of 10 describes polite, gentlemanly behavior, particularly towards women. Some view chivalry as a positive force, while others see it as an outdated or even harmful stereotype. And I mean, if you talk to people, I just talk to a lot of people, and I'll be asking questions, and I just want to know. I mean, because myself, I feel like I'm a hopeless romantic. I love romance. And it just seemed like it's gone, and it don't seem like it's here anymore. But, it might not be. It might still be some gentlemen out there. And I know it is. I met a few gentlemen, but it's just the behavior of how it used to be as a knight, I guess. And everybody's talking about, a lot of people think it's outdated. But I mean, that's probably where it went. People didn't want it anymore. Women didn't want it no more. Women didn't want to be treated like a damsel in distress or whatever you want to call it. But I think it's sweet. I think it's really nice to be treated that way. For a man to open the door for you, or lay down his jacket for you to walk out and stuff like that. I think it's sweet. They say chivalry was a system of values that guided the behavior of the knights in the mid ages and emphasized virtues like courage, loyalty, honor, and included a respect for women and the weak. Chivalry also came to mean a polite and respectful manner, especially towards women. And as I said earlier, today chivalry is used in various ways. Some consider it as a desirable trait, while others see it as a stereotype or even a form of gender bias. I ain't with all that gender bias stuff. I like romance. I like chivalry. I don't think you should get rid of it. I think it's beautiful. And I mean, if you're a man that like to do that and you be with a woman who don't like that, I mean, what do you do? Do you just lay down your values, or do you keep doing it even though she don't like it? And I want to hear from some of the women who don't like it, who don't like chivalry, who don't want to be treated that way. I think it's sweet. That's just my opinion of it. You can call in 256-367. I am so sorry. 365-1000. That's 256-365-1000. That's the call in number. All right, guys. The evolution of the meaning of chivalry is it has evolved over time, with some arguing that it was once a genuine code of honor and respect, while others see it as a tool of patriarchy, whatever that is. But I've talked to women and men, and a lot of men say they don't do it because a lot of women don't like it no more. So they just stopped doing it and got out of the behavior of doing it. And then some women be like, they don't want to be treated like they're fragile or what have you. I mean, I don't know. I don't get it. But me, myself, I love it. I think it's a beautiful thing. And I don't think you should throw it away, man. Don't throw it away. Don't listen to them. All right, guys. In the news, Dothan, Alabama is less than a week away from the enforcement of the real ID, and lines at the state trooper's office in Dothan are getting longer. And I think that's all over because I know they show pictures of the line here in Florence, and it was wrapped around the building. So I think everybody's waiting to the last minute to get this star ID. Time is slowly winding down before Alabama residents are forced to get their star ID. This new form of identification stems from the Real ID Act, which was passed in 2005 and serves as another way to enhance security measures for residents seeking to fly domestically, enter military facilities, or with the May 7th deadline just around the corner, anyone who does not have a star ID can expect to encounter problems. If they don't have the star ID on their driver's license at the time they wish to travel, they won't be able to gain access onto the aircraft, said ALEA Kendra McKinney. Throughout the day, many Wiregrass residents packed the ALEA State Trooper's Office, hoping to get their new form of ID before the deadline. However, according to Senior Trooper Kendra McKinney, the deadline is not what people think it is. May 7th is not a deadline, it's just the enforcement day when it will be taking place. McKinney said, "There's nothing to worry about. You'll still have a chance unless you're planning to travel within the next 3 months. Then, yes, go ahead and try to get the star ID on your driver's license. For those seeking to obtain their star ID, they will need to visit the driver's license examiner's office. Walk-ins are welcome at the ALEA office. However, the office recommends scheduling an appointment online." So I guess if you schedule an appointment, you might get seen faster or what have you. But I know all them people in line probably do not have an appointment. So with the flow of traffic soaring next to cars, even changing lanes. With the way the birds zip between cars, they were sure to ruffle some feathers. So yesterday they had a treat going down the road. They had some distraction. Birds was flying next to the car and was changing lanes like the car and everything. At least that's what the news say. In Florence, a woman launches My Library for library lovers across the state. And this is in Florence, Alabama. A new platform for library lovers across Alabama has officially launched on Thursday. Founder Jennifer Butler Keaton is from Florence and has loved public libraries since she can remember. Butler Keaton says she wanted to create a platform for people that allows them to share positive stories or experiences at their local libraries. Butler Keaton said that there are 200 public libraries in Alabama, and she wants everyone to share stories from all over the state. Here's how it worked. Anyone who wants to share their story or experience can go to the My Alabama Library websites. I know we got a lot of people that like to read books, whole bunch of people that like to read books, and type in your name, your public library, and then share your story. Butler Keaton gave some examples she has come across. Excuse me. So these are community center stores or stores of the kid who learn to know how to read and develop the love of learning. Butler Keaton said, just going to their library story time or real person who got a new job or started a great career because of taking technology classes at their library, or the senior citizens who come and who is lonely and come to the library programs and connect with our community. Those kinds of stories is what she want on My Alabama Library. So if you are a book reader and you like going to libraries, go to My Alabama Library website and post your story, post your experience of what you do at the library. Some people go to use the computer. Some people go to read books. Some people go to check out books. Some people go to read magazines. And I mean, it's a quiet place. And maybe that could be your comfort zone where you go find peace because it's very quiet. They make sure it's quiet there. All right. And other news, Alabama owned Cold Front's journey to the Kentucky Derby. On Saturday, Alabama may have a championship at the state hasn't seen since 1945, a Kentucky Derby win. It has been that long since the Montgomery businessman Fred Hop won the Run for the Roses with his horse Hoop Jr. Now, a grocery store owner from Thomasville could become the state's next winner on the first Saturday in May. It's an unlikely story. Most runners in this year's race come from the I can't even, billionaire class. Journalism, the favor was brought for $825,000 by a massive ownership syndicate. The second choice, Severity, is owned by a member of the Dubai royal family, and which also owns Estrade East Avenue. These type of stories populate in the entries in the race, and you have a story of cold battle, a 31 shot coming out of the 16th post position Saturday evening. So we got a person from Alabama that's entering the Kentucky Derby, and they were saying that most of the horses are owned by billionaires, and this person is getting it out of the mud. They're coming on with it. So hopefully they'll win, put Alabama on the map. You know how people feel about Alabama anyway. Yesterday was National Day of Prayer, and communities all over East Alabama gathered for the National Day of Prayer Thursday. I know here locally in Florence, they gathered together for the Day of Prayer. Our old school preacher, he was there. He did a prayer. Thursday was the 74th annual National Day of Prayer. This year's theme was Pour Out to the God of Hope and Be Filled, referencing Romans 15:13. And communities all over the area, including Talladega, Lincoln, Pell City, all came together to honor the occasion in each in their own way, honoring a recent tradition for the day. The observance in Talladega was led by the chamber ambassador in front of the Talladega County Judicial Building, following the welcome by chamber ambassador President Trent Garrett and a devotional from Ambassador Jordan McGraw. So a lot of people around the world celebrated National Prayer Day. I hope everybody say prayers on a daily basis, but they set aside a day for prayer. And I hope they prayed for the world, because pray for the people in the world, because a lot of people is going through it. All right, guys. It's not in the shows. In Russellville, Alabama, a man has been arrested after firing shots into the air at a Taco Bell in Russellville on Wednesday. Russellville police told News 19 that officers responded to shots fired called at a Taco Bell around 5:29 p.m. According to the police, people inside of two vehicles that were directly beside each other were involved in the argument. A man that was inside one of the vehicles had been identified as 23-year-old Benjamin Hirsch Jr. Authorities said that Jr. brandished a pistol and fired at least 6 rounds into the air. Police said that no one was injured during the incident. No vehicle or property was hit either. Our Russellville Police Department said, it's Russell. Russellville Police Department said that they determined what happened through video, pictures, witnesses, and recovered evidence. So Junior was arrested and charged with the following: menacing, 2 counts; reckless endangerment, 2 counts; discharging a firearm in city limits, 6 counts, open container of alcohol in a vehicle. There are no further details at this time. But I mean, when you go out there, be sensible, people, because you are being watched. People are watching you. In other news, a Powerball winner and his girlfriend are arrested just days after pocketing 167.3 million jackpot. Just days after claiming the money, a Kentucky man's dream turned into a legal nightmare on the sands of Florida. James Fothering, 50, of Georgetown, Kentucky, was arrested early Wednesday morning in a St. Pete's Beach resort following a late night altercation that left him facing serious charges, including felony battery on a law enforcement officer. Fothering, who won the jackpot with his mother, allegedly punched another guest in the face before he kicked a county sheriff deputy in the face while resisting arrest. According to the arrest affidavit obtained by the Smoking Gun, the incident occurred at the Tradewind Island Grand Resort, a beachfront destination where Fothering and his girlfriend, Jacqueline Fightmaster, 42, were reportedly celebrating his life-changing lottery win. Police were called to the resort bar around 11:10 p.m. after reports of a physical altercation between Fothering and another guest. The already tense situation only escalated when the officers intervened, so he's going to jail. Authorities said Fothering was intoxicated, uncooperative, aggressive, ultimately lashing out violently at the law enforcement. The deputy was reported to have swelling and redness on the right side of his face under his eye, according to the affidavit. So the jackpot winner now faces charges of battery on a law enforcement officer, a felony, and a pair of misdemeanors, resisting an officer without violence and battery. In addition, officials in Kentucky have issued a warrant for violating his parole. So he was on parole. He went out of state, and he's going to get some charges in Kentucky too. So, I mean, more money, more problems. That's what everybody say. And I mean, he got this money. He went out. He had a good time. He overdid it, got drunk, and kicked the officer in the face. So now he's facing charges, felony charges and misdemeanor charges. So now he's going to have to hire a lawyer. And who knows how much money he's going to have to spend on getting himself out of trouble. Just doing crazy stuff. All right, guys, we're going to take a quick break. You're tuned in to 105.1 FM, the music muscle of the shows, and you're vibing with 105.9 FM, Dothan, Alabama, the vibe. I'll be right back.
See, I had me a good woman, but I just couldn't see the light. No, when she was at work, I was hanging out every night, driving her car, burning up all her gas. Yes, I did. Every time she filled up, 3 days was all it lasted. She was a good woman to me, but I just couldn't see the light. Now she wanna leave me alone, so I gotta start treating her right.
I gotta make a U-turn. I gotta turn around, y'all, 'cause I was going the wrong way. I gotta start all over again. I gotta make a U-turn. I gotta turn around, y'all, 'cause I was going the wrong way. I gotta start all over again. I gotta make a U-turn.
I woke up early this morning, expecting breakfast in bed. All I got was a kiss on my forehead. I guess she done got tired of the things that been going on. I gotta make a change before my baby be gone. Lord knows I love her, and I know that she loves me too. But if she ever leave me, I just don't know what the hell I'ma do.
Gotta make a U-turn. I gotta turn around, y'all. Cause I was going the wrong way. I gotta start all over again. I gotta make a U-turn. I gotta turn around, y'all. I was going the wrong way. I gotta start all over again. Gotta make a U-turn. I gotta turn around, y'all. Cause I was going the wrong way. I gotta start all over again.
You know, us ladies have always tried to give men a bad rap. But believe it or not, there's still some good men out there. I met my good man not long ago. I was at the grocery store. He walked up to me smelling all good. I couldn't reach the top shelf, so he helped me with that. And Holly has been on and popping ever since then. Now he's the type of man that I can tell my troubles to. Just sit and listen till he understands. He's just a really good man, y'all. You gotta sing it, shoot it. Shoot it, he takes me higher, yes he does, higher than I ever been. Hey, listen here. Put his breakfast on the table, and I love to watch him eat. Works so hard to pay all the bills, it's so damn good to me. He's the type of man, takes care of his children, loves his family, and I love him. And I'm gonna real man. He keeps me smiling all the time. I'm so glad he's mine. Yes, I am. He's my coffee back to home, and he loves me all night long. For sugar and spice, I think he's right. But if you ask me, I'm nice. He speaks mine just like an English, always handling things, and I love him. I'm singing, shoot it. Shoot it, now, ladies, if you know you got a good man, you got to show him some appreciation. Make him feel at home. Baby, come on in, your bill is on the table. Well, honey, you don't have one. You don't know what you miss. I love him. I love my man, y'all. He takes care of me emotionally, and he's so damn good to me. So I put his breakfast on the table, and I love to watch him eat. Works so hard to pay all the bills, just so good to me. He's the type of man, takes care of his children, loves his family, and I love him. And when I got a problem, he's a shoulder that I lean on. Yeah, he makes love to me, y'all. He loves me all night long. Yes, he does. You gotta sing it, shoot it. Shoot it, see, he's got me singing, y'all. He's a really good man. I'm about to throw my phone away. Can't let my girls no broken messing with my day. He act like he can't be replaced. Love, he gon' hate to see me leave, but love to watch me walk away. He knocked me down, but I never Forget for some time on the ground. But I'm ready now. It's crazy, just baby, let's go out. I don't need him, I need a man. Let's turn this pain into some champagne, baby. Like cheers, yeah, it's been a day. Might take that last night out to Vegas, but I'm back. I don't need him, I need a train. I don't know why life is so tough, love, baby. But after everything, I'm still surviving and I'm still bad, baby. So I can't complain. I'm still bad, baby. Plot twist, I'm doing great. I think that can do it, looks sexy anyway. I don't need him, I need to throw it back in a minute. Great ass in my bitch. Real fun, real life. Damn, I've been missing. He knocked down. I don't need him, I need a drink. Let's turn this pain into some champagne, baby. Like cheers, yeah, it's been a day. Might take that last flight out to Vegas, but y'all paying. Okay, I don't need him, I need a drink. I don't know why life is so tough, love, lately. But after everything, I'm still surviving and I'm still bad, baby. So I can't complain.
Hello, everyone. You're tuned in to 105.1 FM, the music muscle of the shows, and you're vibing with 105.9 FM, Dalton, Alabama, the vibe. This is the lunchtime hour with the old school preacher, the church secretary, and the choir president. And I want to apologize for my voice today, y'all. I don't know what's going on. I can't blame it on the pollen. I guess it's the weather change. It's off and on. And then, when it's hot outside, you're going to turn your air on. It's going to be freezing in the house. You step outside, you're going to burn up. So if you come in from the outside, you're going to be sweaty. And then the air and all that just work together to make you sick. So excuse my voice. Today, we are talking about Chivalry Dead. And I told y'all earlier that I was a hopeless romantic. I love romance, and it's just don't seem like a lot of people got it, Don't seem like a lot of people got it. And some people just don't know. And if you don't know, you don't know. But as far as a hopeless romantic is someone who is intensely idealistic about love, often believing in fairy tale endings. And that's who don't want a fairy tale ending. Soulmates and love at first sight. They may be deeply moved by romantic media gestures and prioritize love over practicality. Okay. The view of love for a hopeless romantic is they see love as a grand transformative experience with happy endings. And that's what you look for. And you be disappointed every time because you're not going to have a fairy tale ending. You're not living in La La Land. But it's good to think that way or to have that kind of, But anyway, believe in one. They strongly believe in finding a soulmate or destined partner. As you guys know, I believe in that because I call it a split apart, because the reason I call it a split apart is because you were one and then you got split apart. so, so that's why people I got to find my soulmate, because you got split apart. So, yeah, you believe in soulmates. Love at first sight. Now, I don't believe in love at first sight. I do not believe in that. But a lot of people do. A lot of people say they could see somebody and be like, that's my wife or that's my husband. And I never done that. But I have seen someone and I'd be like, oh my God, I think I love this person. But but when you do stuff like that, are you in love with their looks or are you in love with them? You don't know them yet, so it's got to be the looks. So, with that being said, looks sometimes seem to fail. And I'm not saying in a bad way. Some people get fine like wine, and other people don't age so well. So if you find somebody and you just fall in love with their looks, and then 10 years down the line, they start getting wrinkles, and as the old school preachers say, gravity start to take control of your body, those looks are going to go away. So do you fall out of love with the person when the looks go away or what? So I feel like some people, they do the love at first sight thing and then they grow to love that person, the person's personality and stuff like that. And maybe you could do that. But as far as just loving somebody for their looks and stuff like that, that's just like them trophy wives and stuff like that. Those men spend all their money trying to keep them up. And if y'all are listening to what I'm listening to, it's storming. It's finna get bad out there. Sound like it is. And as I said yesterday, if you hear thunder, lightning is not too far away. So be careful out there. Okay, grand gestures. They're drawn to romantic declarations and gestures like public proposals or handwritten letters. Yes, love letters. I love letters, handwritten letters. It just ain't more personal. A handwritten letter is way more personal than a text. That good morning, beautiful, and all that kind of stuff. Everybody do that. So do something different. And I'm just giving y'all some little pointers out there for the because there's a lot of women that love romance. So you got to be kind of, just listen. Sometimes you just got to listen. Emotional sensitivity. They are deeply affected by romantic media and gestures and experience romantic feelings intensely. And like I am a big Lifetime movie network person, and I tell everybody I live Lifetime movie network almost every day of my life. It just seems like it's always a story somewhere in the day that could go on the movies and probably be a number one seller. But I mean, when you see like a romantic comedy or just a romantic movie, yes, tears will fall and you be like, oh, that's so sweet. And since I got old, I am so sensitive. So yeah, movies make me cry. I just be bawling. JV will come in there and he'll be like, Mama, why you crying? I'm like, boy, I ain't crying. But I mean, movies move me, music move me. And I just be like, oh, that would be so wonderful if that really could happen. But like it says, fairy tale is la la land. They may allow their heart, even when it conflicts with, they may follow their heart. I'm sorry. People follow their hearts and it can conflict with what's really going on. But I mean, sometimes you got to follow your instinct. I follow my instinct. And I just feel like if I get a knot in my stomach, oh, something's wrong. Daydreaming. They often imagine romantic sceneries in future relationships. I don't do all that, but I do love, like, when you walk up and a man opened the door for you. I think that's beautiful. I think that's a beautiful thing. And if you cold, he give you his jacket. I'm living a fairy tale. Anyway, the potential downside of it is unrealistic expectations. They may have a lot of unrealistic expectation about love and relationships, and that's probably why a lot of hopeless romantic people relationship fail because they expect people to be like it is on TV or And it's a thing, y'all. It is a thing. And you set that person up. Your standards are just like, hey, you got to do this, you got to do that, you got to buy me flowers. I don't say that. I do like flowers, but I don't say, okay, well, you have to buy me flowers every week. You have to buy me flowers when you're not even thinking about it. But that is wonderful. That would be a wonderful thing if it happened. But some people don't have it in them. Lack of emotional intimacy due to the focus on romance. Their love may sometimes lack deep emotional connection, and I can be emotionally distracted or distant or however you want to call it. But I mean, I don't understand why, but it is a thing. And you could be emotional like you're not connected emotionally because you're thinking of romance and stuff like that. And maybe that's their version of romance. People have different versions of romance because I've asked people, hey, what would you do if you were to take your woman out on a romantic date? Or as a woman, what would you do for your husband or a boyfriend on a romantic date? And I mean, the answers would amaze you. It was different, very different. Codependency, they might rely heavily on romantic gestures for validation and feel insecure without them. I don't feel insecure without romantic gestures, but I just be like, man, he ain't saying nothing sweet today. In essence, a hopeless romantic is someone who has strong ideals and views of love and romance, often believing in possibility of a perfect and fulfilling love story. And as I said, that's why a lot of hopeless romantics don't be in relationships, because you're not going to settle. And it's just like you want the unreal. You want something that's not even possible. But it could be possible. You never know. You never know. Hopeless romantics tend to live in a fantasy world when it comes to dating. And I don't, because I'm a realist as well. And I know that a lot of people just don't do that. And you can't change nobody. You shouldn't try to change nobody. But if they don't know and they are willing to know, you can tell them. You can mold people into what you want them to be. So you guys call and tell me of a romantic thing that you did for your loved one. I think that would be great. I like listening to stories like that. And it is a kid friendly radio station, so you can't say some things on the air, but you can tell us some romantic gestures that you and your friend encountered. All right, guys. I think it's a lot of men don't stand up for their women, and here lately in social media, in the celebrity world, a lot of men they've been taking up for them women. Some of them didn't deserve it, but they took up for them. Number one, Will Smith, him and the Chris Rock thing, when Chris Rock was making a joke about his wife that everybody else said about her, but he just felt like he wanted to puff his chest out that night. I think that was ridiculous, but hey, they say she looked at him and he was like, okay, I'm gonna go up there and I'm gonna defend your honor. And Jada Pickett, I ain't even gonna go there. But anyway, it's a lot of men that have took up for their women. Chadwick Boseman, he took a huge voluntary pay cut for 21 Bridges so that his co-star, it wasn't his woman, but it was a female. He stood up for her. She wasn't getting paid what he thought that she should get paid, so he took a pay cut, and I guess maybe gave her some of his money. And 13 other famous men who took up for their women. Uh, Lauren Ridruff, who is death, had a film on scene with her eyes closed for Eternals. Her co-star Harry Styles asked if he could tap her shoulder to cue that the director called cut so she wouldn't have to wait for her interpreter to run over. And okay, that was a kind gesture. You know, people just doing kind things. You don't see that no more. A lot of people like doing dirty stuff and killing people and hurting people and stuff. It just I like to hear good stuff sometimes. I like to hear love stories. I like to hear stuff like that. We're always talking about bringing awareness to the mental ill and all that kind of stuff. Let's talk about love sometime. Let's talk about something positive. In 2016, Emmy Rossum refused to sign on for an eighth season of Shameless until she was paid more than her co star, William H. Macy, to make up for how much less she'd been paid in previous season. Macy himself fully supported her request, telling TMZ, "She works as hard as I do. She deserves everything." So that was nice, a nice, kind gesture. Van Diesel. He stood up for Michelle Rodriguez. She threatened to drop out of Fast and Furious over a cheating storyline she refused to do. Her co star Van Diesel sided with her and helped get the script changed. So, I mean, it seemed like when the women want something done, it don't get done. So it takes the man to come in and be the hero. That's chivalry. I like it. After Warner Media decided to release King Richard in theaters on HBO Max, the same time, thereby lowering the amount of cash would earn and the theatrical return, stars and producer Will Smith personally paid his co-stars, including his on-screen daughters, the two little girls that played Serena and Venus. He paid them bonuses to help make up for it. So that was a good thing that Will did. Will, he rubbed me the wrong way when he did that to Chris Rock because of a joke. And I don't know. It's just weird to me. And maybe it was a PR stunt. Who knows? But if you guys are into Marvel, WandaVision director Matt Shankman employed Elizabeth Olsen to consult on the design for her new Scarlet Witch costume because she knows what she has to do better than anybody having done in the years. So he allowed her to make her own costume. As someone who understands the largeness and expectations that are there, Samuel L. Jackson helped take the pressure of joining the MCU of Brie Larson while filming Captain Marvel. When Meghan Markle was accused of bullying her royal aides, former Suits co-star, including D.B. Woodside and Patrick J. Adams, quickly defended her character and praised her for the kindness she showed them over the years. So, I mean, it's just a lot of people doing some chivalrous things. So it's not dead. It's just not, it's very rare. It's not dead. It's very rare. And for the women that's looking for men, that's romantic. If they have these traits, you better run for it because you're not going to be happy. because when you want when you want a hopeless romance, when you want a romantic relationship, you got to have some kind of boundaries and stuff. And these are some of the traits you look for that you want to run from. Lack of empathy and respect. This can manifest in behaviors like dismissive, ignoring others, and constantly putting their own needs above others. Emotional immaturity, struggling to manage emotions, cope with stress, and engage in healthy emotional expression. Low emotional intelligence, difficulty understanding and managing their own emotions as well as emotions of others. Difficulty with social cues and interactions. They may struggle to understand social norms, appropriate behavior, and how to interact effectively with others. Neediness and dependence on others, may rely heavily on others for validation, emotional support, and decision making. Lack of a motivation and ambition, may be content with mediocrity lack goals and have little drive to improve themselves or achieve more. So you better run for the hills. You better run for the hills if you got somebody like that. All right, guys. It's just a little quote. And we are talking about is Chivalry dead? And from people's actions, it seemed like it is. But, it might not be. So you men that's romantic and your woman ain't, I mean, you know what you want. You know what you like. So if she has these traits, then you might want to run for it. If she has a constant need for validation, it's like she's continually seeking approval from others, or maybe you notice that she relies heavily on compliments and praise to feel good about herself. And you do have people that they are attention seekers and they just need somebody to tell them they're doing a good job. I mean, me myself, if I'm doing something and I know I'm doing my best, then I don't need you to tell me I'm doing a good job, because I already know I'm doing a good job. But you do have some people
that you're listening to WXTV, St. Joseph, Tennessee, W286 TV, 105.1 FM, Florence, Alabama, and WARB 700 AM, W290 DG, 105.9 Dothan, Alabama.
So fear of voicing opinion.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. President Trump says we always need to be one nation under God. He spoke from the Rose Garden at the White House to mark the National Day of Prayer yesterday.
I mean, I just
we're
feel
bringing
like
back religion in our country, and we're bringing it back quickly and strongly.
He pivoted to a spending bill that makes its way through Congress. He said if passed, it will be the greatest tax cut in American history. It's currently making its way through the Senate before it heads back to the House.
Like they shouldn't say nothing because they'll hurt
the April
that
jobs report is out
feelings.
and has exceeded most analysts' expectations. 177,000 new jobs have been added, though down from March's 228,000. The unemployment rate remained steady at 4.2%. And the Knicks secured their spot in the Eastern Conference semifinals with a 116-113 win over the Pistons. The Clippers forced a Game 7 against the Nuggets with a 111-105 victory.
Guys,
and the Warriors will host the Rockets in Game 6 tonight.
Back. You're tuned in to 105.1 FM.
On demand, 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
With 105.9 FM, Dothan, Alabama, the vibe.
Celebrates Black History. The first African-American woman to earn a pilot's license, Bessie Coleman, had to travel to France in 1921 to achieve her dream due to racial barriers in the United States.
This is the Heartbreak Hotel. This is the Heartbreak Hotel. Heartbreak Hotel. This is the Heartbreak Hotel. You said you'd be here by 9. Instead, you took your time. You didn't think to call me, but here I sit, trying not to cry, asking myself why you do this to me, oh, baby. Since you're not around for me to tell you, baby, face to face, I'm writing you this letter, and this is what I have to say. All I really wanted was some of your time. Instead, you told me lies when someone else was on your mind. What you do to me? What you do? Look what you did to me, oh baby. I thought that you were someone who would do me right until you played my emotions and you made me cry. What you do to me? Can't take what you did to me. Now I see that you've been doing wrong, played me all along, and made a fool of me, baby. You got it all wrong to think that I wouldn't find out that you are cheating on me, baby. How could you do it to me?
since you're not around for me to tell you, baby, face to face. I'm writing you this letter, and this is what I have to say.
All I really wanted was some of your time. Instead, you told me lies when someone else was on your mind.
All you did was lie to me, baby.
Look what you did to me.
Can't believe what you did to me.
Thought that you were someone who would do me right until you played with my emotions and you made me cry. What you do to me?
Why'd you do it?
Can't take what you did to me.
You didn't have to do it to me, baby.
Heartbreak Hotel. This is the Heartbreak Hotel. This is the Heartbreak.
Why'd you do it?
Heartbreak Hotel. All I really wanted was some of your time. Instead, you told me that when someone else was on your mind. What you do to me? Look what you did to me. I thought that you were someone who would do me right until you played with my emotions and you made me cry. What you do to me? Can't take what you did to me.
I wanted your love.
All I really more the time. Instead, you told me lies when someone told me lies. What you do to me?
Can't take it no more.
Look what you did to me.
Why did you do me that way?
Thought that you were someone do me right until you play with my emotions and you cry. What you do to me? Can't take what you did to
I ain't
me.
gonna take it. I ain't gonna take it no more. I ain't gonna take it, boy. I ain't gonna take it no more. Oh, everything you said was
I'm on. Yeah. But I gotta tell you so. Yes, I did. But I guess you didn't know. As I said, the story goes. Baby, now I got the flow. Cause I know it from the start. Baby, when you broke my heart, that I had to come again. And show you that I'd win. You lied to me. All those times I said that I love you. You lied to me. Yes, I tried. Yes, I tried. You lied to me. Even though you knew I'd die for you. You lied to me. Yes, I cried. Yes, I cried. Return up to me. Return up to me. Come on, return up to me. Oh my God, you know that I've been here. I am. Return up to me. Once again, return up to me. Top of the world. Return up to me. Watch my flow. You know that I've been here. I go. So I'm back up in the game. Running things to keep my swing. Letting all the people know that I'm back to run the show. Cause what you did, you know was wrong. And all the nasty things you done. So baby, listen carefully while I sing my comeback song. You lied to me. She said she'd never turn on me. You lied to me. But you did, but you did. You lied to me. All this pain you said I'd never feel. You lied to me. But I do. Return up to me. Return up to me. Hold on. Return up to me. Don't you know? You know that I've been here. I go. Return up to me. Oh, little girl. Return up to me. Once more, girl. Return up to me. Up and down. You know that I've been round and round.
Look, stop lying about your big break.
You lied to me. She said she'd never turn on me. You lied to me. But you did. You lied to me. All this pain you said I'd never feel. You lied to me. But I do. Return up to me. Return up to me. Come
2, 3, the world keeps turning. Oh, what a day, what a day, what a day. Peace and blessings manifest with every lesson learned. If your knowledge were your wealth, then it would be well earned. If we were made in his image, then call us by our names. Most intellects do not believe in God, but they fear us just the same. Oh, no, no, no. My life keeps moving like a rolling stone. Whoa, oh, no, no, no. Oh, back to the break. I go on and on and on and on. My life keeps moving like a rolling stone. On and on and on and on. Baby, I'ma sing my song. I was born underwater with $3.06. Yeah, you may laugh, 'cause you did not do your math. Like 1, 2, 3. Damn, y'all feel that? Oh, like 1, 2, 3. The world keeps turning. Oh, what a day! What a day! What a day! The man that knows something knows that he knows nothing at all. Does it seem colder in your summertime and hotter in your fall? If we were made in his image, then call us by our names. Most intellects do not believe in God, but they fear us just the same. Oh, oh no, no, no. My life keeps moving like a rolling stone.
Hello, everyone. You're tuned in to 105.1 FM, the music muscle of the shows, and you're vibing with the 105.9 FM, Dothan, Alabama, the vibe. All right, guys, it's May the 2nd, and it's stormy outside right now. So, I got some announcements for you guys. Mark your calendars for May the 4th. It's going to be on a Saturday. JD Entertainment presents and 360 Production Group presents the 28th annual Joe Douglas Old School and Blues Festival. R&B, funk, hip hop, and Southern soul. The Isley Brothers will be there. Big Daddy Kane, LaVale, Midnight Star, Pokey Bear, Lattimore, Frank Johnson, Latasha. Most of all, and this will be Saturday, May the 24th. Get your tickets at www.jde.live for tickets. The show must go on. The address to the old school is 502 Quarter Mountain Road, Harvest, Alabama, 35749. Also, don't forget, tomorrow, Kevin Richardson will be in the building, will be in the city. He'll be in Florence, Alabama at the Marriott, well, formerly called the Marriott. It's called the Renaissance Resort and Spa now. And he will be bringing a guest with him. So you guys come on out and get your tickets. You can call 256-712-2888 and get your tickets. All right, guys, mark your calendars for May the 25th. Remembering our veterans through music. And that's May the 25th at McFarland Park. It's absolutely free. Different genres of music. It's a little bit of something for everybody. So come on out, get your lawn chairs, your blankets. Come on out and enjoy the music, the scenery, and the fellowship. The only thing you'll need money for is the food, and that's May the 25th. Also, May the 4th, Sunday, it will be open mic, and the candidates that's running for city council and mayor and just positions for the city. Come on out, ask the questions, get to know who the people are, and figure out who you want to vote for. So that's Sunday, May 4th at 4 o'clock. All right, Knox Media Group is still giving away a car, and all you got to do is go to YouTube, find Knox Media Group, like and subscribe, leave your email in the comment of the last live, and that will qualify you to be in the drawing to win the car. If you're planning a party or an event, call your life. Remember, 256-367-0887 to book your 360 boo. Also, tuxedo rentals. It's a lot of proms going on, weddings, special events. You need a tuxedo, call your life. Remember, that's 256-367-0887. You can also call your life. Remember, we have all your printing needs covered. You dream it, we make it. Obituaries, business cards, backdrops, 3D t-shirts, cups, hats, graduation stoles, blankets, and embroidery. You dream it, we make it. Call 256-367-0887. All right, guys, mark your calendars for August the 29th. Dr. Jamal Bryant will be in the Florence area. He will be at the Renaissance Resort and Spa Conference Center. So you guys come on out and just enjoy the fellowship. Get your early bird tickets now. You can go to www.knoxmediagroupinc.org and get your early bird tickets. Get them while you still can. And get your tables. And that's August the 29th. There's a lot of stuff going on. So you guys jump on board and let's do this. All right, guys. It's about that time for birthdays. It's your birthday. All right, we are going to do the celebrity birthdays first. Today, May 2nd, we have Dwayne Johnson, aka The Rock, DC Young Fly, Nicole Ware, Sean T, Paul George, and Roscoe Lee Brown. Happy birthday, guys. All right, Facebook birthdays. D Vegas, Shion Bradway, Marku Dayton, Big Dog Benford, Tyrone Tyrone McDonald, Antonio Jarrett, Mike Poole, Marcus the Don. Happy birthday, guys. It's your birthday. So if you guys would like to give a shout out to someone for the birthday, anniversary, any kind of life-changing event, you can call 256-365-1000 and give a shout out to whoever or whatever. All right, guys. We were talking about chivalry today. Is chivalry dead? I don't think it's dead. I think it's just certain people like to apply it. In the news, Donald Trump has declared May 8th as America's Victory Day for World War II and November the 11th as Victory Day for World War I. Many of our allies and friends are celebrating May 8th as Victory Day, but we did more than any other country by far in producing a victorious result on World War II. Excuse me. Trump wrote on his Truth Social platform on Thursday, World War II, European allies commemorate victory on May 8th. Germany's unconditional surrender was signed late on that date in 1945. Russia commemorates victory on May 9th because of the time zone difference. We both won wars. Nobody was close to us in terms of strength, bravery, or military brilliance. But we never celebrate anything. That's because we don't have leaders anymore that know how to do so. We are going to start celebrating our victories again. From the death of Donald Trump. The United States do not have a federal holiday specifically dedicated to commemorating World War II, but does observe related events through other national holidays like Veterans Day, observed on November the 11th, was originally known as Armistice Day to mark the end of World War One in 1918. Over the time, it evolved into a day that honors all U.S. military veterans, including those who served in World War II. Memorial Day, held on the last Monday in May, is another significant observance. It honors all U.S. military personnel who died in service, which includes the hundreds of thousands of Americans who lost their lives during World War II. Memorial Day was originally created a way to honor those who gave their lives in the Civil War, but transformed over the years to honor all service members. So we have, he has created May 8th for America's Victory Day for World War II and November the 11th as Victory Day for World War I. And that is from the desk of Donald Trump. Also, Trump says kids will have to adjust to having $2 instead of $30 as he wages tariff wars. And I guess he's saying that, hey, play with the things you got. You ain't got to have 30. Maybe the $2 will cost a couple of bucks more than they would normally, Trump added, as he brushed off concerns about Chinese imports. President Donald Trump has admitted how his foreign tariffs may impact American consumers following a new report about the U.S. economy. During a cabinet meeting on Wednesday, April the 30th, Trump was asked about his tariffs on goods from China and how they might continue to affect the U.S. marketplace. In early April, the president upped the tariffs to 145%. This week, that cargo shipments from China have since fallen by estimate of 60%. Somebody said the shelves will be open. Well, maybe the children will have $2 instead of 30. Maybe the $2 will cost a couple of more bucks than they normally would, Trump said, of the tariff effect on the U.S. good. But we're talking about something where we'll have to go out of our way, he continued. They have to ship that are loaded up with stuff. They have ships that are loaded up with stuff, much of which we don't need, and we have to make a fair deal. We've been ripped off by every country in the world but China, I would say, is the leading one. So he said China is the leading country that has been ripping the United States off. And on Thursday, May the 1st, the U.S. Commerce Department released a new report indicating that the American economy shrank by 0.3% during the first quarter of 2025. However, on his truth page, Trump was quick to place the blame on his predecessor, President Joe Biden. So he says it's not his fault, it's Joe's fault. This is Biden's stock market, not Trump's. I didn't take over until January the 20th, he wrote. Tariffs will soon start kicking in, and companies are starting to move into the U.S. in record numbers. Our country will boom, but we have to get rid of the Biden overhang, he continued. This will take a while. Has nothing to do with tariffs, only that he left us in bad numbers. But when the boom begins, it will be like no other. Be patient. The tariffs on China are some of the only ones that actually went into effect following Trump's April the 2nd Liberation Day speech, in which Trump threatened tariffs on nearly all imported goods. So if you got something coming in, you might have to wait on it, or if you haven't already got it, it's going to be a whole lot more. All right, guys. Excuse me. Trump, he falsely claims he warned Americans during his campaign on the tariff transaction period. He falsely, on Tuesday, he said he warned us during his 2024 campaign that his tariff would require Americans to experience a transition period. In reality, Trump's 2024 campaign about tariffs was reliably glowing and warning free. He said his tariff would make Americans so rich that they were not going to be a cost to you. On Wednesday, even the White House couldn't find any examples of Trump having said during the campaign that Americans would face a transition period or anything similar. Trump's Tuesday claim in an interview with ABC News was the second time in the week that he tried to rewrite the history of his 2024 campaign remarks. I guess he don't realize it was televised. In an interview with Time magazine the previous Tuesday, he falsely claimed his dozens of promises to immediately end the war in Ukraine were said in jest. So Trump, I don't know. I don't know what to say about Trump. Y'all know how I feel about that. But in other news, well, before I go to the other news, I'm going to have to take a quick break. We got to pay some bills. Hold on. All right, guys. You're tuned in to 105.1 FM, the music muscle of the shows, and you're vibing with 105.9 FM, Dothan, Alabama, the vibe. This is the old school. This is the lunchtime hour with the old school preacher, the church secretary, and the choir president. And we will be right back.
Yo, at 105.1, we're number one. On your radio, music muscle of the shows. V105.9, gotta catch the vibe. Dothan, Alabama, gotta stay live. Hey, yo, got Montreal live. Ain't the main show, drive at 5. Man, it's going down. West side, east side, north side. We winning from Float Town to your town. Now we don't stop. At 12 o'clock, it's past the knocks. That's lunchtime. Better check him out. Ramona checking in. The choir president. Can't forget Mika. The secretary neither. Shout out all my people. Tuning in, glad to meet you. Yeah, at 105.1, we're number one. On your radio, music muscle of the shows. V105.9, gotta catch the vibe.
At Fastenal, we know new ideas are what make the world go round. We know people need an environment that fosters growth and creativity. We know providing a sense of purpose and belonging makes all the difference. But what we don't know is you. Let's change that. Take the first step by visiting Fastenal.com and exploring career opportunities. Find your passion. Find your purpose. Find your future at Fastenal. Fastenal is an equal opportunity employer.
Pearly Gates Funeral Home, located at 1039 North Range Street in Dothan, Alabama, is now under new ownership, and we're bringing a fresh commitment to compassion, care, and community. We understand how difficult this time can be. That's why we walk with you every step of the way, offering comfort, understanding, and support you can trust. At S&K Mortuary, Serenity, and Keeper, our mission is keeping your memories alive. Call us today at 334-792-4141. Pearly Gates Funeral Home, new leadership, same heart, always here for you. At S&K Mortuary, Serenity, and Keeper.
The ERITN program supports the Mississippi and Louisiana reentry efforts through the Mississippi Emergency Access Program and the Louisiana statewide Credentialing Access Program. Our program's goal is to ensure that your organization is prepared for any disaster throughout the year and that you have the necessary reentry access placard to get through applicable state and local law enforcement checkpoints. Contact us today at 1-888-897-5166 or support at eritn.com.
It's that time of year again. The 11th annual Burroughs Slater Athletic Hall of Fame induction banquet is going down Friday, May the 9th at 6:30 p.m. in the Coach Harvest Mitchell Gym. Come celebrate our legends, the class of 2025. Willie Asher, Anita Smith-Cobb, Isaac Decatur, Charles Grant, and Billy Ray Simpson. Plus, a special tribute from the iconic Burroughs Slater cheerleaders, class of 65-66. 1956, directed by Betty Richardson. For more information, call Dave Smith at 256-710-9057 or any other committee member.
Knox Media Group brings you Shoals Up News, your bi-weekly newspaper, available in both digital and print. Find it in local businesses, gas stations, and coming soon directly to your mailbox. Stay informed with coverage on local, national, and international news. Visit shoalsupnews.com or knoxmediagroupinc.org. That's shoalsupnews.com or knoxmediagroupinc.org. Shoals Up News, bringing the world to your doorstep.
Saturday, May 3rd, Shoals Ballroom at the Renaissance Conference Center, Florence. It's the Calvin Richardson Experience. AEG presents Calvin Richardson live. Everything you need for one special night with Calvin Richardson. Featuring Melody Cherie from the TV show Love and Marriage. The Calvin Richardson Experience. Saturday, May 3rd at Show Ballroom, the Renaissance Conference Center in Florence. Get tickets at AmericanENTGroup.com. AmericanENTGroup.com.
Hey guys, what's up? This is Pastor Knox, better known as the old school preacher. I just want to take a moment to say thank you for your support. Thank you for your prayers. Most of all, thank you for just doing what God told us to do, and that's love and support one another. On behalf of Knox Media Group, myself, my wife, and my family, we just want to say thank you guys, and we look forward to doing more as God continues to use us to be a blessing to you. Again, thank you for tuning in to 105.1 and V105.9. We are Knox Media Group, and we love you.
Craving soul food? Come to Tootsie's 2 for Soul Food Sunday from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Indulge in turnip greens, mac and cheese, chicken and dressing, pig feet, oxtails, and more, starting at just $15.99. Located in Long Lewis Tuttle Wash, 504 West Grove Avenue in Muscle Shoals. Tootsie's 2, the best soul food in town. Sundays, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Don't miss out.
Darling love, you're my darling baby. I said you're everything I ever hoped for in a woman, and as long as I may live, ooh, you're my darling baby. You're my sweet and tender love. You're a very special lady. I said you're the one that I always dreamed of in a woman. I'll give all that I can give. I'll give you plenty love because you deserve the best. You should have everything the queen sitting on the throne should have. You deserve to have it all, and I'm gonna do my best to give it to you, to give it to you, to give it to you. Ooh, you're my darling baby. You're my sweet and tender love. You're a very special lady. I said you're everything I ever hoped for in a woman. And as long as we may live, I'll give you plenty of love because you deserve the best. Because you're better than the rest. You're my queen on the throne, the one that I wanna own, and all the things that you desire. I'll do my best to give it to you, to give it to you, to give it to you. You're my darling baby. You're my sweet and tender love. You're a very special lady. You're mine. Come on, baby, you're mine. Ooh, you're mine. Very special lady. And I need you. Oh, baby, well, you're mine. Believe me, you're my very special lady. Well, you're mine. You deserve to have the best. I'm really pleased to meet you, girl. And I'd like to get to know you better. Maybe tonight we can get together for a while, you and I just don't have time, but I'm not turning you down. I can't accept your invitation now, 'cause I work all day and sleep all night. I'm a weekend girl, and I don't have time on the weekday. Weekend girl, but maybe we can try to work it out. My offer stands, I think you're worth the wait. And there's only one way to find out. To spend some time is the only way. But it may require some sacrifice. I would like to see you tonight. What's holding me back? My J.O.B. is rough on me, and that keeps me from hanging out. I'm a weekend girl.
Hello, everyone. You're tuned in to 105.1 FM, the music muscle of the shows, and you're vibing with 105.9 FM, Dothan, Alabama, the vibe. This is the lunchtime hour with the old school preacher, the church secretary, and the choir president. All right, guys, today we are talking about chivalry and is it dead? I feel like it's not dead, but a lot of people don't do it. I feel like a lot of men don't do it because I don't think they do it because a lot of women don't like it anymore. A lot of women say they don't like chivalry, but I don't think it's dead. I think it's just rare. It's really rare. All right, guys. In the news, the investigation continues until the Mentone shooting death. Suspects remain unidentified. DeKalb County, Alabama, search for a murderer has stretched into the third week in DeKalb County. Investigators are trying to find the person who shot and killed a Mentone native, Adam Battles, in early April. Adam's mother, Deidre Battles, spoke with WAFF 48 on Thursday, and she said she cannot fathom how someone could want to hurt her son. Investigators say Battle was shot and killed in his vehicle while pulling into his driveway on County Road 641 in Mentone. His family believes he was followed by another driver who shot him in the act of road rage, and that could be dangerous. I talk about that all the time. When you get in the car, I don't know, people are just weird, and you shouldn't. I don't fool with folks. If somebody pull out in front of you, okay, just woosah about it or whatever. You don't know what that person is packing in their car. You don't know what they will do to you. People are very easily irritated these days. And I know that irritates you when somebody pull in front of you or whatever, but better learn not to act out. But they think that the other driver followed him out of road rage. Sheriff Nick Weldon called the shooting a senseless act of violence in the days after the shooting. Since then, investigators have been following multiple leads to find a person responsible, including photos of this vehicle seen near the scene. Deidre Battles, Adam's mother, said this has been the most difficult period her family has ever had to endure. She shared a message for the person responsible. Sometimes I want to scream, sometimes I want to cry. And it's just the worst thing I've ever been through. They should turn themselves in. And how could they be such a monster? Deidre told WAFF 48 that Adam leaves behind two sons who unfortunately have to reach their milestone without him in their lives. Two little boys don't have their daddy. One of them has got a prom this weekend without his daddy. Then in 2 weeks, he will graduate without his daddy. The family has increased the reward for information on the shooting 2,500 thanks to donations from the community. Sheriff Nick Weldon tells me the investigation remains ongoing and updates are expected in the coming days. So I think, if I'm not mistaken, I want to say they found him. A Calhoun man arrested. He was arrested for that murder. And his name is a capital murder warrant was issued for Christopher Braden Jones, 23, of Calhoun, Georgia. Jones is currently incarcerated in the Gordon County Sheriff Office in Georgia, where he was remanded into custody on May the 1st. So they got him yesterday. On unrelated charges, Jones will be extradited to DeKalb County, Alabama, on his warrant once those charges are satisfied. The investigation was long and rough for the family of Marcus Adam Battles, the community of Mentone, I hope I'm saying that right, and every individual who had a hand in bringing this case to a close. Countless hours were spent by multiple law enforcement agencies developing leads, gathering evidence, and finally developing Jones as a suspect. Sheriff Weldon at DeKalb County Criminal Investigation Unit investigators, DeKalb County DTF agents, officers with the Mentone Police Department, and deputies and investigators with the Gordon County, Georgia Sheriff Office were on the scene in Gordon County, Georgia, the majority of May 1st into the early morning hours of May 2nd, actively working on this case in order to secure evidence and finalize the investigation. So he has been found. They got him. He's in custody. And he's waiting trial, but they say innocent until proven guilty. That's what they say. All right, guys. An Alabama man faces charges involving a school bus in Walton County, out-of-state warrant. He's facing charges following an incident with the school bus on Tuesday. On the morning of April the 29th, the Walton County Sheriff Office was notified about an accusation that a 9-year-old student was spit on by a bus driver a day earlier. A school resource deputy spoke with the child regarding the incident, and the student stated that he and others were horsing around on the back of the bus. He stated that the bus driver had him come to the middle of the bus. He stated that was when the bus driver spit on him. He further indicated he thought it was accidental. A deputy contacted the bus driver regarding the incident, who told deputies he had the student come to the center of the seating area away from the shoe throwing and horse playing. He stated that he had to tell him sternly that he needed to stop throwing things across the bus. The deputy reviewed the bus video as well as school staff. There was never any intentional spitting, and the student was not seen wiping any spit off his face area at any time. The student is seen on the camera continue to trip other students after being instructed to sit in his seat. And the review of the video revealed the accusations to be unsustainable. So on Tuesday afternoon, Walton County School District reported a man followed a school bus on North First Street in Defunca Spring. The bus driver stated that when he stopped to let the student off, the suspect, later identified as Brent Gill, 40, of Evergreen, Alabama, stepped on the bus and confronted the driver over the incident from the previous day. The bus driver contacted his supervisors following the incident, who in turn contacted the office of the city marshal. He also contacted DFSPD and admitted to the officers that he stepped on the bus to identify the driver. A record check revealed that Gill was wanted out of Mississippi for a felon in possession of a firearm. The officer convinced Gill to come to the police department to make a statement. The suspect did not want to enter the building, but voluntarily gave verbal statement admitting to entering the school bus. Once the warrant out of Mississippi was confirmed, Gill was arrested and transported to Walton County Jail by the police department. Deputies reviewed the bus video footage and obtained a statement from the bus driver. Walton County Sheriff Officer charged Gill with trespassing on school property. He is currently awaiting first appearance. And from that, it was just, they say an Alabama man, but okay. All right, guys. We were talking about chivalry today and how, it's rare. But, if you're a hopeless romantic, stay a hopeless romantic. Believe in love. No matter how much you get hurt, no matter how much you get disappointed, love is still out there. Still believe in love. You will find your split apart. A man accused of telling a 10-year-old to drive his pickup truck, resulting in crash that killed a 6-year-old. And this was in Texas. A man in Texas has been arrested after allegedly he told a 10-year-old girl to drive his pickup truck, which resulted in the death of a 6-year-old boy. The sheriff's office arrested Clinton Earl Johnson Jr., 31, on Tuesday. The crash happened on Sunday. According to the arrest affidavit obtained, Johnson told the 10-year-old girl to move his Nissan Titan pickup truck after she complained that the vehicle was in her way while riding a tricycle. As the girl was moving the truck, she lost control and accidentally drove it into the porch, hitting a 6-year-old boy. He later died at the hospital. The boy who was killed in the crash was Johnson's stepson. The boy's mother told investigators that her son was sitting on the porch using her phone while Johnson was grilling. She said the 10-year-old girl was riding a tricycle and said the pickup truck was in her way. The woman said Johnson told the girl to scoot it up. According to the affidavit, Johnson said that the girl had driven the pickup on back roads before. And this is a 10-year-old. The investigators reported the smell of alcohol from the mother and Johnson, and they both said they had 3 to 4 drinks while grilling, according to the affidavit. Johnson is charged with state jail felony criminal negligent homicide. He was taken to the Angelic Count Jail, where he was held on a $3,000 bond until he bonded out Wednesday. Now, I don't know. These stories just don't make sense to me because of the simple fact a 6-year-old was killed by a 10-year-old who was told by an adult to get in the car and drive. So that adult need to be charged with murder. All right, guys. I enjoyed you guys today. I'm sorry about my voice. I am so sorry about my voice. I got to get a toddy or something, make it feel better. But, and I go out tonight, not tonight, tomorrow. Go out tomorrow, May the 3rd, and enjoy the Kevin Richardson experience at the Renaissance Resort and Spa. He will be there tomorrow at 7 p.m. So go check it out. The Kevin Richardson Experience tomorrow, May 4th, Saturday. Go to the Handy Home to meet your candidates for city council and mayor. So hopefully all of them will come so everybody could put a face with the names and stuff and personality with the names and stuff and get to know your candidates so you will know who to vote for. And that's May 4th, open mic. We're giving the Handy Home people, they're giving them a chance to be involved with the community. Let the people know. It don't matter what community you're from. We're asking all districts and the mayor, and if you're running for a seat or whatever, come on out and voice and let the people know who you are. Mark your calendars for May the 24th. Joe Douglas Old School and Blues Festival will be going on in Harvest, Alabama. If you want tickets, go to www.jde.live for tickets. And that's Saturday, May the 24th. The Isley Brothers will be there. Big Daddy Kane, Lavelle, Midnight Star, Pokey Bear, Lattimore, Frank Johnson, Latasha, most of all. The address to the Old School and Blues Festival is 502 Quarter Mountain Road, Harvest, Alabama, 35749. Also mark your calendars for May the 25th. Remembering our veterans through music will be at McFarland Park. Come on out and enjoy the beautiful music, beautiful scenery, and wonderful fellowship. That's May the 25th at McFarland Park at 3 p.m. So don't forget that. Mark your calendars for August the 29th. Dr. Jamal Bryant will be in Florence, Alabama at the Renaissance Resort and Spa Conference Center. And that's August the 29th at 7 p.m. So you guys come on out. It's a lot of things to do. Get yourself involved with your community. Enjoy the music. Enjoy the fellowship. And you guys just have a great weekend because I think I am. So you guys have a good day, good night, good weekend. Love God, love yourself, and love each other. You're tuned in to 105.1 FM, the music muscle of the shows, and you're vibing with 105.9 FM, Dothan, Alabama, the vibe. This is the lunchtime hour with the old school preacher, the church secretary, and the choir president. I love you guys. Bye.
Never had it good, babe. I guess you never knew I could, babe. But if you let me into you, babe, I can work it till you do, babe. Like it in the morning, I can break it like you want it. If you like it real cheeky, I can break it how you need it. I can break it like you want it. Rock you like a genie.